ones, it is Steph. Welcome back to my home. It is that time of the month again. Not my period, no, it is Q&A time. I went to Instagram as usual to ask you guys for questions for my Q&A video, and you responded with over 800 questions. That's pretty hella. Thank you for your contribution to this video. I've selected a fair amount to answer, and we're just gonna hop right in, okay? We're gonna hop right into the first question. Instagram user David asks, if you were to go back and redo one situation in your life, what would it be? I have kind of a romance story for you, but it's kind of like not, because it's not reciprocated. Okay, I had this massive crush on this guy from like 5th grade until like 12th grade. Let's call him Travis. Travis was like a cool army dude and shit. Very cool, very like, but that's not even what it was. Okay, I was friends with him when I was even younger, like 5th grade. Like I said, we both played video games. We were very into things, okay? And as we got older, I realized I was attracted to men. And at the time, that meant that I was gay because I didn't realize I was trans. In hindsight, even with this person specifically, I had a lot of conversations that should have told me that I was trans. But you know what? I did not know back then. So what happened, this is gonna paint a bad picture of him, but when I came out as gay, which I am, like we all know that I am not a gay anymore because I am a woman, he was one of the friends that I had that backed off. And that was because he was afraid of what people would think of him if he was friends with me. And you know what? That's a shitty thing to do, but I'm not angry about it anymore. And I wasn't angry about it in 12th grade either. I was like, you know what? Whatever. We were starting to chat again, just like through text and through Facebook and stuff. I ended up like professing my love for him. Okay, it was more like I was confessing attraction to him. And he was like, wow, that takes courage, and then never spoke to me again. The reason I brought this up is because I would go back and not profess my attraction to him. That's what I would do. Cool. Instagram user, It Brennan. What's your favorite track on Joanne? The whole album is amazing. I love it to death. For those of you that don't know, Joanne is Lady Gaga's new album named after her father's sister, her aunt, who passed away when she was 19, not Gaga, but her aunt, passed away when she was 19 after she was sexually assaulted. Her lupus flared up and it led to her death, basically. Joanne is also Lady Gaga's middle name, and it was basically created as a healing thing for her and her family, but it's also full of tracks that are healing for a number of reasons for other people. The whole album destroys me, but this one song in particular, the opening track, Diamond Heart, it basically is like her talking about her sexual assault and how she reacted to it and how her life changed, but it sounds like a cool rock song, but it's really about the aftermath of sexual assault, and it's like, wow. It was really, it's a great song. The whole album is amazing though, honestly. Like I cannot, it's really hard for me to pick a favorite, but I have to pick that one. Instagram user Haley the Elf, what's your favorite poutine place in Toronto? I have tried them all, okay? For those of you that don't know, poutine is a French-Canadian dish, if you want to call it that. It's really, what it's become is kind of like the food you get when you're drunk at 2 a.m. I don't get drunk. I don't like go out and get drunk and go get food at 2 a.m. So I just get it for lunch and for dinner, okay? But generally people consider it junk food because it's very heavy. It's French fries topped with gravy and cheese curds. You can get all kinds of different kinds, but basic poutine is French fries with gravy and cheese curds. Sounds super gross, but it is honestly the most amazingly delicious thing. I don't know if I would trust American poutine, but if you ever come to Canada, especially Montreal, check poutine out. My favorite place in Toronto, okay, it's a toss-up between Poutini's on Queen West, which is an amazing place. So good. It's sort of near Queen and Ossington, sort of in that area. And the other one is actually South Street Burger, which is kind of like a New York Fries extension. They have great poutine too, and it kind of surprised me, but like every single South Street that I go to, they layer it so you never run out of cheese and gravy. It's really hard to pick between the two, because like South Street is kind of like satisfying, really heavy, you feel sick afterwards. Poutini's is like real potatoes and like, you know, it's good quality. So it's hard for me to pick, okay? Hard for me to pick, but they're both great. Instagram user Ashton DJ, what's your favorite little hidden gem in Toronto? Could be either food or a little knick-knack store. Okay, there's two places that come to mind for me. The first one is a place out near St. Clair West called the Occult Shop. If you guys are into witchy things or cool decorations, even if you're not a practicing person and you just like the aesthetic of things, really full of awesome stuff. But really the purpose of the store is for people that practice occultish things or witchy things or pagan things. But it's a cool place to see even. I've got some art. I need to show you this piece of art that I got from there. Hold on. Some people might think this is a little bit grim, but like I think it's beautiful. Okay, I don't know what kind of skull this is. I'm pretty sure it's real because there's like little details inside of it that you wouldn't be able to get from like a mold. The teeth might be fake. I have no idea. The teeth actually might The teeth are quite fake, I think. Like a keyhole on the head, very cool and symbolic. Amethyst coming out of your eyes, leaves and keys, and it's just really cool. I love this so much. I got this from the occult shop. Beautiful piece of art. They don't have that much art there, but they do have some. I think this is beautiful, and if they have more pieces like this sometime soon, I'm gonna buy them all because holy crap. The other little gem I can think of, I think it's probably more popular than the occult shop is just because it's less niche, but it's the Riddle Room near Yonge and Wellesley, and it's like a gaming cafe where you go and you play board games or you play video games. There's escape rooms. It's a really cool, trendy area, very low key, very casual. Doesn't induce any anxiety for me. I feel so comfortable there. It's a really cool space. So if you're interested in board games, video games, or escape rooms, or just want to go to a cool, geeky place to hang out with your friends, they have food too. Hi, go there. Riddle Room at Yonge and Wellesley. Instagram user Sydney JB, can you do another meetup in Toronto? Girl, a few days ago I posted a video about a meetup in Toronto. If you guys haven't seen it yet, I'll put a link in the description box. There'll also be a link at the end of the video to go check it out. I'm having the meet and greet at the Bay and Sherway Gardens Mall in the west side of Toronto. So like, if you're available and you're in the area, please come out. It's gonna be really exciting. All the details you can find in the video attached. It's also free, not a cent you have to pay. I mean, besides getting there, but like, you don't have to pay to come see me, you know what I mean? And I'm really happy about that. So please come see me. Instagram user MTap, do you plan only for FFS? I am pretty certain that I want SRS. In terms of breast augmentation, I'm not sure. I want to see where my breasts get naturally before I do anything like that. But I know for sure that I'm probably not going to do anything for a good 6 months after I recover from FFS if I do anything else. SRS is likely next on my list, but I have a lot of planning and thinking to do about that still. Instagram user Jate Brienne, would you ever consider getting a Brazilian butt lift? If I could, I would. I've thought about it a lot. I've thought about it a lot. It's not as expensive as like FFS or SRS or even breast augmentation. I think it might be around the same price or a little bit less. So it's possible that I'll get it soon. However, I again want to see what my body can do naturally. So if anything, if I get one, it'll probably be after next year, because if I get it and then it ends up not looking right, or my body changes a lot and then it looks weird after, it's gonna be kind of sucky. So I'm gonna wait, but I've thought about it a lot and it's like been very tempting, you know what I mean? Sometimes people don't give you enough fat in your thighs. Like if I got it done, I would want my thighs also filled with fat. You know, I wouldn't want just my butt because it looks very odd when your butt is large and then you have like legs like this. So I don't know, I'm thinking about it, but I'm gonna be very careful. Instagram user, Emmy Kessa, would you ever consider teaching a gender studies class or something along those lines as a profession? I actually did a little tiny improvised guest spot in a gender studies class a few days ago. My friend and mentor Christine, who's an activist for trans stuff in Toronto, had kind of this little thing at Ryerson University, and I stepped in to watch, and then she kind of called me up to talk a little bit, and now we've decided that I'm going to be a permanent part of it when it starts again in the new year. So I'm going to be doing guest lectures at Ryerson University in the gender studies program, and that's going to be cool. I'm going to see if I can make it open to public, but I don't know if that's possible. Instagram user and trans YouTuber Angela Vanity. Hi, I love you, Angela. How are you? If you guys don't watch Angela Vanity, she's really funny, she's very cute, she's got a very cute boyfriend. No, they're a super cute couple, and she does videos on her YouTube channel, Angela Vanity, double Y. So cute, I love her. Her question is, do you ever feel like you have to get off your hormones because they make you so emotional? No. I don't want to make any assumptions about your transition or about your hormone dosage or anything. But for me, and of course everybody's body's going to react differently to hormones, but I have never been more stable emotionally than I am on hormones. The thing that makes people emotionally unstable when it comes to hormones is hormonal fluctuation. Okay, so when you're transitioning, if your testosterone and estrogen are like buckling constantly, you're gonna get emotional and unstable because your hormones are all over the place. Similarly, when a woman is on her cycle, here's the thing, this is what I really want to discuss, is estrogen itself does not make you emotional. Testosterone inhibits certain emotions, which has controversial reactions, but it is true. Estrogen does not actually make you emotional or hormonal and crazy, which I don't like to even say. Where this whole myth about women being super emotional on their cycle comes from is actually because on your cycle, your body is like pumped full of estrogen to an alarming amount, like something that a trans girl could never even hope to get close to, and probably shouldn't get close to because it's alarming. And you know, every woman deals with this differently. Some women experience certain things, others don't, but generally it can cause mood swings when you have a huge fluctuation of hormonal levels. Doesn't mean you're going to act on them, doesn't mean they're going to come out, but hormonal fluctuation causes these things to happen. So if your dosage is inconsistent, that could be something. If you're taking shots, you could totally have hormonal fluctuation and you could totally have mood swings. If you're on a pill though and you're consistently taking the same amount every day, you shouldn't be experiencing any kind of mood swing or fluctuation because of your hormones. So I'd recommend you actually stay on your hormones and make sure they're consistent instead of getting off of them if you're experiencing that. I hope that isn't too like presumptuous of me to say. Instagram user Nika Pletersek. I really hope, I know I butchered that. Have you lost some people or have your relationships with some people changed since you transitioned? I only lost, if you could say that, one person. Somebody very, very close to me when I was a teenager. We basically helped each other survive high school. Didn't really understand, I'm not sure what it is she doesn't understand. She acknowledges that it's her thing to work on and it's not a problem with me, and I appreciate that, but I miss her terribly and I wish that she would figure it out so that we could just hang out again and be friends. I think what her thing is that she knew me for so long as one way, and now I think she doesn't really understand that I haven't changed very much, that I'm literally just changing my outside. But I hope that we can be very close again soon, and I wish her the best. I have no hard feelings towards her. It's not a situation where it was like a malicious, like, oh, that's weird. It's shocking for her. My hometown is not a place where people transition. And if I was still living there, I probably wouldn't have transitioned because it would have been impossible. So I don't fault her for not understanding everything, but I wish she would. I don't know, I don't really know what else to say. But I'm lucky as far as trans people go. Like, some people have entire families disown them. Okay, so if I lose one friend or one friend doesn't understand me for a couple of years, I'll be fine, okay? There's a lot of people with a hell of a lot worse circumstances than I have, okay? I'm fine. Instagram user Hannah Jane, what career would you have chosen if you hadn't started YouTube? I 100% hands down would have gotten into video game design or development. I think I would like to either be a writer of some kind or an artist of some kind, like a concept artist, or like design the environments. Like, I just really love video games and I love everything that goes into them, and I love the building of the world. You know, the coding stuff, not so much my tea, okay? But anything that involves creating the world or sculpting or shaping or filling the world makes me feel really fulfilled. You know what I mean? So I would love that. Instagram user Jenny Fire, what inspires your amazing makeup look? Video games. Video games. Things like this. To be honest, okay, in World of Warcraft there's this one Blood Elf female face where she has like super heavy eyeshadow and like dark red lips, and she's kind of just like perpetually like, and like the heavy eyelids are what made me think of this. So my makeup usually comes directly out of a video game. I morph it to fit real life in my face, of course, but like I'm always very inspired aesthetically by things I see in games. So yeah. Instagram user M Graham, are you gonna do a subscriber special for 400k subs? Very close, guys. We're so close to 400k. I would love to. I have a few ideas, but if you guys want to let me know in the comments what I should do for a 400,000 subscriber special, I would love to hear your thoughts. I'm not gonna give you any of my ideas because I don't want you to just run with that. I want you to come up with an idea on your own. Okay, just let me know what you think I should do in the comments below. Okay, cool. Instagram user What the Hellington, what is your opinion of the situation surrounding Professor Jordan Peterson at the University of Toronto and Bill C-16? Okay, Bill C-16. Oh my gosh. Bill C-16 is a law they're trying to pass in Canada that does two things. It adds 4 words in 2 places on whatever the hell the Canadian Constitution is, okay? And that is gender identity and expression underneath of discriminatory things, and then gender identity and expression underneath of some other discriminatory thing. So it's preventing people from losing jobs or, you know, other things like that. It's outlawing discrimination against transgender people. That's what Bill C-16 is. Professor Jordan Peterson at the University of Toronto thinks that Bill C-16 is going to charge him with a criminal offense if he refuses to use somebody's pronouns under a discrimination. He says that it's policing language. Maliciously refusing to use somebody's pronouns is similar in terms of criminal offense level to throwing a slur. It's basically like throwing a slur, okay? It's the same kind of emotional damage. It's the same kind of emotional intent. You cannot be charged criminally for throwing a slur at somebody. So you're not gonna be charged criminally for being a douchebag. People are gonna think you're a douchebag. People are gonna know you're a douchebag. People are gonna actively think you're an asshole. That doesn't mean that you're gonna get thrown in jail, okay? Bill C-16 is not policing language. It's preventing transgender people from losing jobs, from being kicked out of apartments, from all this other stuff based on the fact that they're trans, okay? So he can kiss my ass and suck my anus and whatever the hell he wants to do, but he's wrong, okay? Cool. Love it, thank you. And that is all we have time for. I hope you loved where I left that off with the ass and anus sucking. Really, really appropriate. Family friendly. Thank you so much to everybody that sent in a question. I am sorry if I didn't reach your question, there were so many. But if you want a chance to be in the next Q&A video, please follow me on Instagram. There's a link in the description box, or you can just go on your phone or whatever. Find me on Instagram at stef.sanjati, and maybe next time you can be in the Q&A video, okay? Thank you so much for joining me here in my home. I will see you again very soon. Until next time, remember, there are many fish in the sea, but you are a shark, like a cool shark. You don't need those fish. You can be on your own, do your own thing, be successful. Do sharks swim together? I think they're independent, right? You're independent and cool, and I love you. Okay, bye!